Thanks for watching this video. We're doing one from the road. And my trusty cameraman, his credits should appear on the screen. This is Gabe Flynn doing the camera, not me. I'm not hands-free, I'm driving. I want to be safe, right? So Gabe's off to the side, but he's the one that's going to be talking to me. Where'd we go this weekend?
We went to Missouri where we held our mom's celebration of life.
Right.
And met up with some of her friends.
Right. So, Julie's celebration of life was back in October of 23. And today's now January 19th, 2025. So it's been a couple, 16, 18 months? Just over a year. And we went to spend the night, same hotel we stayed with Mom. So it was sentimental. We all kind of like that. The room we stayed was very decent. It was literally like one room away from where we stayed before with Mom. The pool was closed, so that kind of stunk. But who did we meet with? And what did we do the first night?
We met with Mary and Ann. And on the first night, we went over to, was it Mary's house?
Ann's. Yep.
And she made dinner and we played board games.
Mary brought dinner over. Mary brought lasagna. Thank you, Mary. We love you. And Ann had us over to her very cozy house. She's got that old school exposed brick on the inside of her house, which I love. Can't explain how much I love that. And we just talked for quite a while and had a good meal. And what game did we play?
It was what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? It was a question. It was weird. And it was pretty funny. We had a good time. Dad did not win. I believe Mary won.
Yeah, Mary did.
Well, we had such a good conversation, just a good visit. And this was Julie's dearest friend when she went to Bible college. So I reached out to her last week and said, hey, are you going to be in town? We're thinking of visiting Mom's old stomping grounds. It's been a little bit. And she said, yes, absolutely. So that was awesome. And then we went back to our hotel room and hung out. And then this morning, what did we do?
We went to church at, their church.
Yep, Mom's old church, yeah.
Then after that, we went and had lunch at Los Amigos with them.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was called Los Amigos.
Mexican fare, yeah.
That was fun. And then after that, we just got in the car and started making our way home.
Yep. And we're coming up to Quincy, Illinois here. I didn't see the miles from, I don't know how far we're to Quincy. But once we get to Quincy, Illinois, we're not too far from home. About an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And as you can tell, we're trying to beat the sun. Because Dad's headlight, so both headlights work, but one is like extremely dimmed. And I just don't want, with my luck, to get pulled over, so. But as cold as this weather has been, hasn't it been cold? Let us know where in the world you're from. First of all, you guys know I love that game. Brag about your little town or your nation. I don't care where you're from. Let us know in the comments below. Definitely like and subscribe to this video if you haven't subscribed yet, but like it. Let us, have your support. We appreciate that. And, yeah, so here in the Midwest, or at least the west side of the Midwest, it's been very chilly, like 10 degrees. So not a lot of snow. It's relatively gray outside, not much at all. And dry roads, which is nice. Safe, no ice, which is really weird. But I'm not complaining. So tell them about school tomorrow.
Oh, we got school tomorrow off because of the inauguration.
Yep, big day. Grant, you already knew about that.
It's not because of the inauguration, it's because it's Martin Luther King Day.
Oh. I thought that was in October. Are you serious?
Yeah. His birthday was last Wednesday.
Oh, Dad's not that bright. So they got school off tomorrow, so that's nice. And gonna definitely watch the national title game. My amazing Wolverines are not in it. They did not have a good year. But we're definitely going to be cheering for Notre Dame, because Ohio State, no one needs to be cheering for Ohio State. Just don't need to be doing it. So we're going to watch Notre Dame try to put together a solid game and upset those Buckeyes. I will admit they are an amazing team for sure. So we'll be doing that. And I think we're coming up to Quincy, Illinois as we speak. So pardon us if we have to take a break, because we've got to check our directions. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to take a pause, and we'll get back to you a little bit later. Bye. And we're back, folks. Sorry for the angle. It's not very attractive, I apologize. But so I'm in my little car with my 3 boys. Like I said, we were just in Moberly, Missouri, visiting Mom's stomping grounds in her Bible college area and her church. Good people. So nice to see those folks. It was amazing. Made me feel very loved. And I think the boys got that vibe as well during this weekend. So what's difficult here in January is that we're in 2025, and Julie and I got married in 2005. So this October would have been our 20th anniversary. That's very hard to come to terms with, I guess. And she found me on a Christian date website. Gabe, put your hand down a little bit right here. Yep, there you go. And so when she reached out to me, that was February 1st of 2005. So the anniversary of when I first made contact. There you go. That's coming up, and that's kind of, like I said, it's hard to. It's a big anniversary for me, so I hate this video. This sucks. It makes me look 3 times bigger than I really am. But anyway, so that, yeah, February 1st, and then of course we got a few anniversaries or whatever this year coming up that are gonna be hard to deal with, kind of. So went and saw Mary and Ann. Like I said, had a great visit with them, great talks, shared pictures, reminisced, of course, and they miss her so much, and I appreciate that, which is very sweet. And the boys just got to share whatever. They got to just share with their mind and their silly teenager little antics, or, you know, yapping, as they call it, I think. But did you have a good time?
It was pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah. How'd you sleep last night?
Pretty good.
Poor Gabe had to share a bed with his dad. Thank goodness it was a king-size bed, so there's plenty of room in between us, thank goodness. Did not want to creep out the poor boy, but Graydon slept on the floor with a bunch of pillows, and Grant got his own pull-out bed, hide-a-bed. So it worked out well. I was so bummed the pool wasn't open. Dad wanted to get in there and float away some stress, and can't do the hot tubs, as you know, with my neuropathy in my legs. Oh, can't do that. So, but yeah, their pool was not working, so no big deal. We still made a nice go of it. Still kept a good attitude. And our cat Maisie is probably going to be excited to see us. Boys left out plenty of water and food, so she'll be fine, but we'll give her a late night snack, right, Grant?
Yep.
Grant's like, yes. She's getting a full-on snack, that poor girl, but she'll be fine. So, yeah, so the boys got tomorrow off, so we'll enjoy ourselves. I might actually, I just thought of this, it came to my mind. I might have enough money, guys. We should go to Walmart and get a board game. since we don't have one. We talked about that with Mary, you know.
Yeah.
We should.
Which one would you want to get?
That right now, let's brainstorm. I'm all about it. We like games. We're a game family. Julie loved playing games. She likes playing with her college students. They used to mentor. They used to come to her house and she'd feed them. That was like her ministry. She had a heart for that. And that cost at least $200, even in the 90s or whatever, because it was just a lot of people. A lot of prep, a lot of work, but she's a huge hostess. Sweetheart. So with me and the boys, she liked playing games with kids, adults. She's pretty game for everything. She's pretty cool. My mom was sweet and loving, but she did not play games. She kind of wouldn't really bother. She might watch a little bit, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I liked how Julie would roll up her sleeves, though. She liked to do things with the boys, you know? Very old school, very sweet. If she had clay, she would make pottery with the boys, or, you know, she'd do a lot of the arts and crafts that I'm not really into. So, what games should we buy? And if you, again, getting the viewers interested, write a comment. What board games would you bring to the table? Literally, the table. Like I said, me and Grant, we're going to get that thing tightened up and make it proper, because it's just not, it's really wobbly. And so we're going to make it nice and sturdy, and then we're going to, so leave a suggestion in the comments below what game you'd suggest. Gabe, do you have any ideas?
Not really
Stick
sure.
out. Grant, any suggestions?
Maybe there's Risk.
That's more for 2 people, but you can play with 3 or 4, but I don't know if your brothers would like that. Mom would have hated it. Risk. Grant wants to play Global Domination, which is a great idea. I like that a lot.
There's got to be some other ones, though, so it's just not coming to my mind.
Right. Pictionary is always one of my favorite games that I was the best at. Well, not the best, but I was very good at. Move your hands so they can, yep, we're going to block that microphone. Or muffle it. You don't want that. But Pictionary, you have to have like teams of 2. We don't have teams of 2. So, I guess we do have 2 teams of 2, but that would just be 2 teams. So that'd be horrible. But we could get Trivia Pursuit for teens, maybe, because the boys would have no clue about Trivia Pursuit, the adult version. It's a classic game. I think that came out in 1981, 1982. And fun fact, did you know that a bunch of college kids made that game? Sharp, smart college kids were partying, probably behaving not so well, and they just developed this game. Hold the camera up, Gabe, because you got to be at a really bad angle. It was really bad. So, okay, we don't want to gross these people out, right? Anyway, these kids that grew up, 19, 20-year-olds, whatever they were from my hometown of London, Ontario, Canada. They all went to Western Ontario University, and that's where I grew up. That was my hometown. Anyway, that's their claim to fame, and that's been around for quite a while now. So I think there's like a teen version or a high school version of that. I'm not sure. But it's just trivia, guys. It's trivia. It's kind of cool. And you get a pie. The first person to fill the whole pie wins the game. It's kind of cool. Connect 4, but that's a 2-player game, right? Chess, 2-player game. Some of the other kiddie games, like Candyland, that they wouldn't want that, of course. Uno is always a safe bet. As a family, I think we've kind of played ourselves out of that. Plus, we got to find our deck. I know we've got one. We used to have a really cool Marvel one. Remember that with Thor and the Hulk? Remember those pictures on the Uno?
Oh, I do, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Thought it was great.
I think we lost those.
I think so too. We misplaced them or a Ziploc bag or something. Does anyone that watched this put their cards in Ziploc bags? We did. And it still didn't help, I don't think. But let's see what the sign says. Oh, no, that's a merge sign. I was hoping it was going to say Macomb 28 miles or something. Because we want to get home. Dad is not an accomplished driver. Hold the camera up. I know your arm is feeling heavy. Camera up. A little bit more. down a bit on my face. You're doing the up thing like this, it's got to be more like that. So, Gabe's doing a good job. His arm is tired. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Very cathartic, as you know, I love that word. That's why we do these videos for the boys, for the future. We don't know, tomorrow's not promised. I know it sounds morbid and depressing, but it's true. And my boys are firsthand of that. They know how that feels for sure, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I think getting the game would be nice. Starting our Friday night game nights would be a very healthy thing for us to do. Does your family have game nights, or is that something you only do once a year? And that's fine if you do, by the way. There's no right or wrong answer to that. Some families do it once every 2 years, But, there you go. That's kind of the angle we want. But anyway, yeah, I think with customer, you're not customers. With viewership and subscription people and folks that are checking out our channel, they can contribute. That's huge. That's what this is all about. So, I don't know what's coming up here. Is this a town? Gabe? I'm asking you a question.
I can't tell.
You don't, okay, we'll say that. So I know what you're thinking. But yeah, the weather's been insanely amazing for this little trip. So the boys got tomorrow off. Then we got Valentine's Day's coming up. I don't have a Valentine's Day. Or a Valentine. I don't have a Valentine's Day. I don't have a Valentine's. That's what I meant to say. Sad. Mwah, mwah. But I'm sure a lot of people watching this can relate. So, what else, Gabe? Do you have any questions for me or no?
How many dates did you guys go on before you got married?
How many dates?
I remember it was low.
Yeah, Gabe knows Mom and Dad got married on our third date. Julie hated that stat. It was true. She came to see me Memorial Day weekend of May of 05. But we'd been talking every day on the phone for 2 to 3, 4 hours. Every day for like 4 or 5 months before she came up and saw me. And we had a great visit, 4 or 5 days. I put her up at the hotel I was working. She loved it, by the way. She's very smitten. She's very blown away by that. And we talked all summer long. And then she came up Labor Day weekend, which is the second date. She'd tell you talking to me on the phone for hours was a date every single day. And in that case, we probably had 200 or so. But she came Labor Day weekend, and I slid a ring on her finger. She was sitting on my lap. And she freaked out and said, yes, yes, yes. She was a very happy girl. And that's very lovely. I'll never forget that. Boys have been to that hotel. I showed them where Dad used to work. That's where I did that Harbor View Inn. Mackinac Island. Mackinac's not secret, but jewel of I forget what they call it, but the jewel of the Midwest. It's beautiful, seasonal, no cars, horse-drawn carriages, bicycles. There's one SUV for emergencies, of course. The cops do their rounds at 2 in the morning and make sure everyone's behaving. But we got married up there because of my connections, and Julie loved that I had connections. And it's a very famous, very popular place to get married. And it's one of the more expensive places. So we were able to have a top-notch, amazing quality wedding at such a low price that was just magical. The venue was phenomenal, the best, and we didn't pay 10 or 20 grand for this wedding. And most people back then in 2005 would have for that venue, minimum. Closer to probably 20 to 30,000, to be honest. Now, let's be honest, that's not an arm and a leg for a lot of you. It's not a big price for 200-300 guests. Martha's Vineyard, no. I think those weddings probably start at 50,000. So this wedding would have been probably, 20 to 30. But we didn't have that kind of money. And Julie would tell you, even if we did have it, we wouldn't have blown it. on a 6-hour event, right? So we were blessed. And yeah, so to answer your question, we got married in our third date.
Which of the three was your favorite?
Of the 3 dates?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I was going to say, well, when we got married, obviously, because your mother looked hot. She was so pretty. Oh my gosh. Her nails, she got the nails done all fancy like I like. Kind of like that. Depends on the nails. Some are gaudy and tacky and too much. Way too much and bedazzled and all that. That's not our kind of style. She had the French manicured, whatever, the white nail tips. And they're long, but not super long and not stubby short. Where it's like, why even bother? I know people have to type. I get all that for work and whatnot. But if you can't do it right, then just don't do it. That's kind of what I. So when she got her nails done, she looked amazing. And she loved them too. She was, she wished she could, do that every day. So she looked very fancy, very proper, very beautiful, very sharp, very elegant. And we had a lovely, intimate weekend, of course, after we got married. But then when you asked that question, I thought, well, of course, our wedding night, because that's where all the fun happens, right? And then I just thought, wait a minute, what about our first date? When I first met her and I saw her get off the ferry boat. And her blonde hair was pulled back and she had her light blue windbreaker jacket on and a Bible in her hand and her purse around her shoulders. Walking up the big long boardwalk, and I saw her from when she got off the boat. She didn't see me for quite a while. Then she finally saw me and smiled and got closer to me and put both arms out and kind of jogged towards me a little bit. And then I caught her in my arms because she kind of not jumped or leaped or nothing cheesy like that, but close. She might have skipped a step or two and had her sandals on, and I grabbed her and we hugged. And I remember she squeezed me pretty hard. Like longer than your average hug. And she just whispered in my ear, hi. I said, hi, nice to meet you. It was so awkward. It was so funny. So yeah, that's a good question, I guess. But I got to go with my wedding night. Your mom was absolutely stunning. She blew my mind away. She looked so good. So. It's a good question, Gabe. Got one more? Gabe's all stressed out right now. None of you know he's giggling. He's like rubbing his forehead. He's sweating bullets. What should I say? What should I come up with?
What would your dream job be?
Ooh. My dream job?
Like if you could just choose any job.
Well, he knows the answer to this. I would be... It's a good question. If Dad had a dream job, normally they'd say the head coach of Michigan football. I would not pick that for all the money that comes with it. I wouldn't. Because I don't know nearly enough about football to coach that level of football. Not at all. But I would be working at the University of Michigan on the football staff, making some sick income, doing something with player development or player acquisition. Something about the portal, the kids now that are switching teams all the time. Because now they can kind of do that, which is not cool, but got to roll with it, right? You got to roll with the punches, take advantage of it. So yeah, I would work for some sort of long-term position as a big part of the Michigan football program. Sign me up. You know I'd say something like that, right?
I had an idea.
What did you think?
I thought you liked working at Disney. You might have done that too.
Yeah, no, that's a more realistic version. Maybe not a dream job, but if you'd asked, would you go back to Disney if it was like, yes, I'd go back to Disney in a heartbeat. Working for Disney was great. It wasn't about the woke thing at all working with Disney, which was great and refreshing. We didn't have to deal with that kind of crap because it is kind of crap, to be absolutely honest with you. Sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings. Macomb, 37 miles, woohoo. But there was a great sense of inclusion in terms of not just some of the controversial issues, but everything. You know, whether you're Christian or Muslim or atheist or whatever, we're all just there to get along and put all of our differences aside. And that was nice. It was so nice. And you wanted your coworker or cast member to go have a great date with their loved ones that day if that's where they're going, right? So I do miss Disney. I wish I could work from home here in Illinois for Disney. I don't know how my heart and my brain and some of the forgetfulness I've been suffering for the last year, how that would work. But, and as most of you know, I'm not really supposed to be working. So, anyway, I'm too young to not be, that's for sure. So yes, if I could have a realistic job from home with a decent pay between $20 low and $30 an hour high, that's entry-level management. It's nothing to, you know, something to definitely be proud of, but nothing, you know, it's doable. So from home I'd do something like data entry, not so much customer interaction, a little bit. I could do guest relations, problem solve, but doing that all day, every day, that would stress me out, and I'd probably have another stroke. That, by the way, is a gorgeous house right there. Oh my gosh. Some of these homes in these farm rural areas are just absolutely stunning. So yeah, some sort of data entry for Disney would be just amazing, where you just work at your own pace, quiet music in the background, and just get to work. And then you just unplug, be done for the day. That would be an awesome job. You're better at questions than you think, Mr. Gabe. Graydon's still sleeping in the back seat. Get him on camera if you can. Raise the camera up and twist it towards you. Yeah, go back.
There
Not Grant,
he is.
just Graydon.
I got him.
Shh. There's Graydon. Move your hand, Gabe. You're going to cover the microphone. Put the camera back on him. Yeah. Sweet Graydon, we love you. Bring the camera closer to me so I can sing to the microphone. Not my face. Not my face. Put it on Graydon. There you go. Sweet Graydon, we love you. Sweet dreams to you, my little boy. Okay. That's enough for today because no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear me singing. To be honest, I don't either. So we love you. We thank you for being a big part of this channel. Share it with someone that you might like this. And leave us a positive comment below if you would. We would appreciate it. And yeah, let's have a good 2025. And I'm looking forward to making more videos more consistently. I gotta pick a day, one day a week. I gotta start doing that. Still haven't done it. I keep talking about it. So anyway,
Bye.
love you. Take care of yourselves. Watch out for each other. Remember, God loves you and He died for you. And He's risen for you. Okay? I'm serious. If you have a question about that, leave it in the comments below. All right. Have a good week. Bye.